Hello everybody and welcome to another ranked of the day. Here I've finally got some Mid Talon here. So up this game I'm playing against a Zyra here, and if in case you didn't know, I'm playing on the Taiwan server. So level 1 I start off with my Rake, which is my W, and at level 2 I get Cutthroat simply because the dash is very helpful. So over here Hecarim goes into Zack's jungle, tries to invade the blue buff. So I get a bit greedy here and decide to go in and just kill Zack while his passive's off. Zyra ends up killing Hecarim, and I take down Zack, but I get taken down by Zack as well, and Rumble is there, not following his lane. Naughty boy. Very naughty. Anyways, so I'm back to the mid lane. Zack comes in for a gank, but I lay down my Cutthroat on him and Rake to slow down Zyra, and I escape there quickly with about a third of my health left. So I easily just farm up here. Talon's got some. He's pretty. It's a pretty good farmer. He's got pretty good auto attacks, and his abilities are easy to farm with. So I engage on Zyra here. She flashes away, but so she does not die there. If I had Ignite, I most likely would have killed her, but I used it earlier on Zack. So, at level 3 with Talon, if it's up against a squishy target that you know you can outtrade, you pretty much just go all in for it. Just lay down the harass. They usually can't react as well, simply because you blink and you have a silence on your Cutthroat. So, it's pretty good there. So anyways, I try and go in for a bit of more harass there. I've got my Ignite this time. Drop down all here. She dies down to the... She dies to the Ignite and the, I forgot what the Q's called, his Q ability, which is a bleed, makes him go on their period early. Yeah. But anyways, so we decide to go into the enemy's jungle here. Hecarim does something really silly here, and he goes around there and engages on Zyra under a tower, considering it's a level 6 Zyra as well. So I decided to go in for it as well, which is really dumb, but I just flashed to escape the tower and just walk away so she can't use her passive on me. So that was a mistake by Hecarim there. I have absolutely no idea why he did that, but at least I followed up with it and got a kill off of that. So back in the lane, I've got my Brutalizer now, which is basically once you get Brutalizer on Talon, oh my god, it is basically, this is where you start racking up the kills. So Hecarim comes in here, goes from behind, and I pick up the kill on Zyra. Zack comes in, he's still level 5, can't really do anything there, so I pick up the kill there. That was a pretty good gank by Hecarim. So now I've got lots of gold. I've got 4 kills now, so that gives Talon a massive advantage considering he needs those kills in the early game. Talon is a pretty item dependent champion. So anyways, we're in the jungle. Zack comes up to us and he bounces away with his ultimate. Hecarim it's a bit silly here. He for some reason this guy loves tower diving and he doesn't realize that Zack has his passive up. So Wukong finishes off Hecarim, and I trade a bit with Wukong there, but I decide to back out because I know that Zyra is coming. So there's Zyra, use my Cutthroat on her, dodge her snare, she uses her ultimate, I back out before I get trapped in there. And here comes along Zack and Zyra. He shoves the ward down, I finish him off with my damage abilities, he uses his slingshot thingy. So I rake Cutthroat over to Zyra and dodge her ability, and yeah, dodge her passive there as well. So that was well played, didn't need to use my ultimate there, and I snatched the blue buff from there as well. So here I make a mistake, I try and engage here without much vision. I end up dying to Zyra there, but I lay down all my abilities on her, but thanks to the level up and her potion, she does not die to the damage over time. So that was a mistake by me. I shouldn't have engaged when I didn't have much vision there, and Zyra was MIA. That was a bad 2 versus 1. Anyways, go down to the bot lane, lay down my slow, hits Kog'Maw, so I'd pretty much just go shove everything onto him, and his passive just chases us around and decides to blow up next to Hecarim and Thresh there. So now I just lay down a bit of harass on Zack and Zyra. And here comes on Wukong. Zyra is still mid on the minimap, as you can see, and Sona is teleporting away. Decide to go in for a bit more harass on Zack there, and Wukong decides to engage onto Thresh. Wukong goes away and pretty much escapes this one. We can't catch up to him, so I decide to chase around a bit. I know that Zaya's gonna most likely be using her roots, so I take an alternate path, but Zac comes down. I use my Cutthroat, rake onto him, finishes him off, and I get the last auto attack onto him off his passive. So I decided to chase around a bit. I noticed that Sona puts down a pink ward there, so I decided to back out. Pink wards pretty much counter Talon really hard because his ultimate actually makes you go invisible. It increases your move speed and makes you go invisible, so pink wards are pretty useful against Talon, especially oracles obviously as well. So I decide to engage here onto Kokemore, and Sona I get ultied under her when I'm in my stealth. I make a mistake here, and I decide to, instead of actually just going on and taking the kill on Sona, I decided to run around there, so that was a mistake by me. I should have just went onto Sona. You can't really kite around a Kokemore passive unless you have dashes, but we pick up Sona in the jungle there, and Thresh misses his hook onto Kokemore, so he's going to be going down to the lane. He's going to try and get back to one of his talons, lays down the slow. Hecarim uses his ultimate, and I use my Cutthroat and my damage over time onto Kokemore. I back out here because I don't want to tower dive, and Thresh takes a turret hit, and Varus uses his arrow thingy. So here comes along Wukong. Pretty much the whole team is bot lane, so we just decide to play it safe and take the bottom tower. So Wukong engages onto Hecarim there, hits everyone with his ultimate. I decide to just kite them out a bit. I don't have my ultimate up, so it's a bit dangerous for me. So let me see, Rumble takes the mid tower there, and I pick up the kill on Wukong. Zac gets dropped by Varus, and Zyra gets picked up by Hecarim, and I take a tower shot there, and Sona ends up killing me there, so that was a bit of a mistake from me there, and it looks like Kokemore is back there to clean the rest up. On to the next clip. This is pretty much where we decide to go all in, where team fights are. Kokemore gets caught out by Hecarim there, and who's there in the jungle? Who there? Who there? Doesn't matter, but anyways, as you can see here, I've got Brutalizer, Mobility Boots, Bloodthirst, and Last Whisper. So this is at a this is pretty much a mid sort of late game build for Talon, especially considering I'm pretty fed. So we pretty much decided to take down the tower here. Wukong engages, doesn't really do much with his ultimate. Thresh gets picked out by Wukong, and Zac uses his ultimate, and I just lay down my rake, not hitting anybody. So I make a mistake here. I try and go all in, like sort of a 1 versus 4 onto the enemy team. They know that I'm going to be going down here, so everybody's down here. They must have had it warded or something, or they were just smart enough. But I get exhausted, don't do much damage to the enemy team, get picked up by Kokemore. So that was a mistake on my behalf. I end up getting these guys killed as well. So that was a foolish mistake by me. I probably should have just backed off there. But the team probably could have followed that up a bit better, because they did see me going down and there wasn't much response on it, but for the most part that was my fault on my behalf. But anyways, they're deciding to go on and engage here. I'm just farming here and wait for them to engage first, because Talon is the assassin. Talon is an assassin, sorry, so assassins do not initiate your team fights. You always go in last when the opponents are usually not watching you. So I get dropped down by Zyra, take an explosion from Kokemore's passive, and Hecarim picks up the kill on Zac, and Varus picks up Sona. So pretty much from here on, the team just picks up the inhibitor and backs out from there on. So what I did well that fight, I pretty much, as soon as I noticed that everyone was busy and already engaged, I went ahead and picked off the more primary targets, such as Kokemore and Zyra. They are the two main carries for their enemy, the team. So that was a good job on my behalf there, picking up the easy targets and the squishy carry targets. So I decided to pick up blue buff here. My team is, they kind of want to go on to Baron, so we're pretty much just all, ready to start the next team fight. So Wukong gets caught out here. He uses his stupid ultimate and Ghost, not really doing much effect onto the team there. Varus picks up the kill on Wukong, and I decide to go around to stop their path, and Hecarim lands a good ultimate there. And so I get caught out a bit here. I just use pop my ultimate because I panic, and yeah, I dive back into the tower and get picked off by Sona. This Sona really doesn't like me. She killed me quite a few times here, but anyways, we pretty much just finish up the game from here on. So that was a, what was that, 13-11, can't really read it properly, 13-11-10. So that was a pretty good game by me. I made a few mistakes there, but for the most part, that was well played. Please like the video, subscribe, and check out my Facebook and whatever the fuck you want to do to my silly channel. Like it, yeah. Watch it again. Share with your friends.